Every summer, the island of Sodor is very busy. Holidaymakers love to sightsee, and when the weather is fine, there is no better place to visit. Some people like to go to the mountains. Others like the valleys. Children love the seaside. One morning, Thomas was puffing along the line that runs by the coast. His two coaches, Annie and Clarabelle, were packed with children going to the beach. Everyone was happy. Percy was taking some freight cars to the harbor.
A mob of excited children poured out of Annie and Clarabelle one morning and raced down to the beach.
Hello, Thomas. You look cheerful. I wish I could take children today instead of freight cars.
They're the Vicar's Sunday School, explained Thomas. I'm busy this evening, but the station master says I can ask
You to take the children home.
Of course I will, promised Percy.
Later, Percy saw Harold.
Sorry, Percy. Can't talk. I'm on high alert.
Why?
Bad weather's due. My help's always needed. Mind how you go, Percy.
Huh, huffed Percy. As long as I've got rails to run on, I can go anywhere, in any weather, anyhow. Goodbye. Be careful, warned Edward. There's a storm coming. A promise is a promise, thought Percy, no matter what the weather.
The children had a lovely day, but at tea time it got very hot. Dark clouds loomed overhead. Then came lightning, thunder, and rain. The children only just managed to reach shelter before the deluge began. Annie and Clarabelle stood at the platform. The children scrambled in. "Can we go home, please, station master?" asked the vicar. The station master called Percy.
Annie and Clarabelle were glad when Percy arrived. He was just in time.
"Take the children home quickly, please," he ordered. The rain streamed down on Percy's boiler. "Ugh!" he shivered and thought of his nice dry shed. Then he remembered. "A promise is a promise," he told himself. "So, here goes."
Percy struggled on past coastal villages and into the countryside. The river was rising fast.
His driver was anxious. The river was rising fast. It foamed and swirled fiercely, threatening to flood the country any minute. The rain beat in Percy's face. "I wish I could see! I wish I could see!"
I wish I could see! I wish I could see! Complained Percy as he battled against the rain. More trouble lay ahead.
They left a cutting and found themselves in water. "Oh, my wheels!" shivered Percy. "It's cold!" But he struggled on. "Whoosh!" he hissed. "It's sloshing my fire!"
Oh, hissed Percy, the water is sloshing my fire.
They stopped and backed the coaches to the cutting and waited while the guard found a telephone. He returned looking gloomy. "We couldn't go back if we wanted," he said. "The bridge near the junction is down." The fireman went to the guard's van carrying a hatchet. "Hello," said the guard. "You look fierce. I want some dry wood for Percy's fire, please." They broke up some boxes, but that did not satisfy the fireman.
Percy's driver and fireman had to find some more firewood. "I'll have some of your floorboards, please," said the fireman to the conductor.
"What, my nice floor?" grumbled the guard.
"I only swept the floor this morning," grumbled the conductor, but he still helped.
But he found a hatchet and helped. Soon they had plenty of wood stored in Percy's bunker.
Soon Percy's fire was burning well.
His fire burnt well now. He felt warm and comfortable again.
Then he saw Harold.
"Oh dear," thought Percy sadly. "Harold's come to laugh at me."
Something thudded onto Percy's boiler.
"Boom!"
"Ow!" exclaimed Percy.
"Oh!" he exclaimed in a muffled voice. "That's really too bad. He needn't throw things." His driver unwound a parachute from Percy's indignant front. "Harold isn't throwing things at you," he laughed.
"It's a parachute," laughed his driver. "Harold's dropping hot drinks for us."
They all had a drink of cocoa and felt better. Percy had steam up now. "Beep, beep, thank you, Harold," he whistled.
Good to be of service.
Replied Harold and buzzed away.
"Come on, let's go."
Whistled Percy. The water lapped Percy's wheels. Percy was losing steam again, but he plunged bravely on.
The water lapped his wheels. "Ugh!" he shivered. It crept up and up and up. It reached his ash pan, then it sloshed at his fire. Whoosh! Percy was losing steam, but he plunged bravely on. "I promised," he panted. "I promised." They piled his fire high with wood and managed to keep him steaming. I must do it," he gasped. I must. He made a last great effort and stood exhausted but triumphant on rails which were clear of the flood.
"I promised," he panted. "I promised." He made one more big effort, and at last, exhausted but triumphant, he brought the train home. "Well done, Percy," cheered Thomas. "You kept your promise, despite everything."
He rested to get steam back, then brought the train home. The Fat Controller arrived in Harold. First he thanked the men.
Then Percy.
"Harold told me you are
"A wizard."
Percy. He says he can beat you at some things," Percy snorted, "but not at being a submarine," he chuckled. "I don't know what you've both been playing at,
What you two get up to sometimes.
and I won't ask. But I do know that you're a really useful engine." "Oh, sir," whispered Percy happily. "Three cheers for Percy," called the vicar, and the children nearly raised the roof.